A truly balanced breakfast is like a quiet agreement between your body and your metabolism, a promise that the day will start in harmony, not chaos. When you eat in the morning, you're not just feeding hunger. You're setting a tone for how your body will manage energy, hormones, and focus for the next 12 hours. And what matters most is not just whether you eat, but what you eat. The science is clear. A breakfast that combines protein, healthy fats, and slow-digesting carbohydrates creates a metabolic environment that's stable, efficient, and deeply satisfying. It helps regulate insulin sensitivity, curbs mid-morning cravings, and prevents the familiar cycle of energy highs and lows that can derail even the best intentions. When you wake up, your body emerges from an overnight fast. Blood sugar is low, and insulin, the hormone that helps cells absorb glucose for energy, becomes more sensitive in the morning. This is the ideal time to feed your body a slow, steady release of fuel, not a quick rush. A sugary pastry or refined cereal may give a short burst of energy, but it sends blood sugar soaring, forcing your pancreas to release a surge of insulin. Once the glucose is absorbed, blood sugar drops rapidly, leaving you hungry, tired, and craving more sugar within hours. This unstable rhythm can repeat all day long, pushing metabolism into a pattern of spikes and crashes. By contrast, a balanced breakfast slows digestion, moderates glucose absorption, and keeps insulin working efficiently, helping your body use energy rather than store it. Protein is the anchor of a healthy breakfast. It's digested more slowly than carbohydrates and stimulates the release of satiety hormones like peptide YY and GLP-1, which tell your brain that you're full. It also helps preserve lean muscle mass, which is metabolically active tissue, meaning it burns calories even at rest. A protein-rich breakfast of eggs, Greek yogurt, tofu, or even nut butter on whole grain toast gives your metabolism the steady foundation it needs. Studies have shown that eating at least 20 to 30 grams of protein in the morning can reduce cravings throughout the day and improve body composition by promoting fat loss and muscle maintenance. Healthy fats, meanwhile, act as metabolic stabilizers. Fats slow gastric emptying, the rate at which food leaves the stomach, helping keep blood sugar levels consistent and extending the feeling of fullness. They also support brain function and hormone production, providing the raw materials for everything from mood-regulating neurotransmitters to sex hormones. Avocado, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish like salmon are excellent choices. Including them in your breakfast, such as spreading avocado on toast, blending nut butter into a smoothie, or topping oats with chia seeds, helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K while preventing the mid-morning energy dip that often follows carb-heavy meals. Slow carbohydrates complete the trio. These are carbs rich in fiber and complex starches that digest gradually, releasing glucose in a measured way. Oats, quinoa, whole grain bread, berries, and sweet potatoes are perfect examples. They nourish the gut with prebiotic fiber, maintain stable blood sugar, and complement the protein and fat to create a truly balanced energy flow. Instead of a sharp insulin surge, your body experiences a smooth curve. Energy is sustained, not fleeting. This stability not only prevents hunger spikes but also reduces inflammation, improves concentration, and enhances overall metabolic flexibility, the ability of your body to switch between burning carbohydrates and fats efficiently. The synergy between these three macronutrients, protein, fats, and slow carbs, is what makes a balanced breakfast so powerful. Protein moderates appetite, fats extend satiety, and complex carbs provide sustainable energy. Together, they keep insulin sensitivity high, which means your cells can access and use glucose effectively instead of storing it as fat. Insulin sensitivity is one of the key indicators of metabolic health. When it's strong, your body efficiently converts food into fuel. When it's weak, blood sugar remains elevated, promoting fatigue, fat storage, and inflammation. By eating a balanced breakfast, you're training your metabolism to stay responsive and stable, a benefit that extends far beyond the morning hours. Beyond the biochemical effects, there's also an emotional and cognitive dimension to this balance. Stable blood sugar supports consistent mood and focus, reducing irritability and brain fog. A breakfast of eggs with spinach and whole grain toast, or oatmeal topped with nuts and fruit, feeds both body and brain in harmony. These foods nourish the gut microbiome as well, which in turn influences serotonin production, the neurotransmitter responsible for well-being and calm. When you begin your day with such equilibrium, you're less likely to rely on caffeine or sugary snacks for artificial energy boosts later. What's remarkable is how quickly the body responds to this kind of morning balance. Within just a few days of eating a high-protein, high-fiber, moderate-fat breakfast, many people notice steadier energy, fewer cravings, and even better sleep. That's because the same hormonal balance that governs appetite also influences circadian rhythm. A nourishing breakfast anchors your biological clock, signaling that the day's metabolic cycle has begun. It encourages your body to burn energy during the day and rest effectively at night. This is why people who eat balanced breakfasts often experience better digestion, higher productivity, and improved emotional resilience. A good way to start implementing these habits is through practical, simple combinations. Scrambled eggs with avocado and whole grain toast. Greek yogurt with oats, berries, and chia seeds. A smoothie made from protein powder, almond butter, spinach, and banana. Even traditional meals like congee or rice porridge can be balanced with tofu, vegetables, and a drizzle of sesame oil. The goal is not perfection but proportion, making sure each meal contains all three elements that nourish and protect your metabolism. Ultimately, a balanced breakfast is not about restriction but rhythm. It is a conversation with your body, one that says, here's the energy you need, at the pace you can use it. When you feed your system with respect for balance and timing, your metabolism responds with gratitude. Hunger stays steady, energy flows evenly, and your body learns to trust its own signals again. Over time, these small morning choices compound into something larger, a metabolism that hums with efficiency, a mood that stays calm and clear, and a life that feels less like a series of crashes and more like a continuous, natural rhythm of energy and well-being.